Welcome back to the Uranium Fever channel. In today's video, we're taking a look at all the changes found on the latest player test server for Fallout 76. With some pretty significant adjustments to the beginning of the game, some new perks, new plans, and some more in-game teasers about Atlantic City, there's a fair bit to go through, but we're kicking off in Vault 76 right at the beginning. Because this BTS was different, as all players had to start the game from a new character, so after hurriedly setting one up, it was time to explore Vault 76 and see if anything was different this time around. And as soon as you come out of your room into the atrium, just across the hallway is the first big change. Credit to Feel again from the Data Mining Discord for being the first person I saw to flag this, but behind this inaccessible door is something very interesting. Using camera mode to take a look, we can find two memory loungers sitting in this room. Clipping through, we can also take a closer look ourselves, and it definitely seems to be partially completed. Now, my first thought was whether this could be a new hint regarding the Fallout 76 as a simulation theory. Are these memory lounges the biggest hint so far? Probably not, but it's too early to know anything for certain yet. I think a more likely explanation for these, if they're going to be implemented in some way, is these could actually be training pods to explain where the most recent Vault dwellers to leave Vault 76 have actually been this whole time. I wasn't able to get this line of dialogue myself, but this Mr. Handy Crutchley should have a new line of dialogue seemingly referencing these as well. And it reads as follows: "Did the professor get the simulator up and running finally? I do hope it was helpful." This discovery certainly got a little debate going, but what do you make of these pods? Let me know in the comments. Continuing on through the vault though and preparing to head outside is where we're prompted to make a decision. Instead of just leaving, you now need to choose a special loadout. This is either a pre-made battle-ready dweller loadout or the traditional fresh vault dweller level 1. Taking a look at the former, and you've got a lot to pick from. Each of these is tailor-made for a playstyle and comes with pre-selected weapons, armor and perk cards. Options are a commando loadout, slugger, gunslinger, shotgunner and a specialist, which is based around using VATS. I went for the commando, which gave me a tactical automatic combat rifle, some frag grenades, leather armor and some other supplies. Just down the stairs when you come outside is another useful change for new players, as there is now a donation box outside Vault 76. Taking a look at the map and noticing the entire server at Beasts of Burden seemed like a good opportunity to see how this new build performs. Not very well it turns out for this event at least, as we all spectacularly failed at even denting the Ogwa. Probably not the best event to do a stress test, but anyway, after leveling up a bit, let's take a look at these new perk cards and some changes made to some existing ones. There are a total of 2 new perk cards. In Strength, the new card is called Arms Keeper and is available at rank 28. Rifles will weigh 25% less at rank 1, and they scale up to 75% at rank 3. Second is Stable Tools and Intelligence, which is available at rank 39. Automatic melee weapons like the Auto-Axe will now break 10% slower at rank 1, which scales up to 25% at rank 2, and finally 40% at rank 3. Alongside these new perk cards though is a very neat change to the Science perk cards. So the affected cards here are the Science, Science Expert and Science Master, and each of these will now add a 5% energy damage bonus per rank. So in total, equipping all of these at rank 2 will give you a 30% energy damage bonus, and that's alongside the card's original function for unlocking energy weapon mods. Let's run through some changes to Daily Ops next. So Daily Ops underwent some changes already in the Once in a Blue Moon update, with a new mutation and some extra rewards thrown in. But with this update, the reward system is actually fundamentally changing. Daily Ops are confirmed to be using the mutated event reward system, meaning no dupes will drop unless you've finished learning everything. I've been told that rare and uncommon plans are tracked separately, so you will get a dupe if you finish a list early. Single apparel items that aren't plans will only drop after you obtained everything else. Staying on topic for new plans, let's talk about some updates to Grom's inventory and some new rewards for Meat Week. I'm hoping this is a sign of things changing regarding limited time events, but Meat Week is getting new rewards. And there's actually some pretty good ones in here too. Plans for some new plushies. We have the Pepino Pig, Punty Pig and Wilbur McPig. The Mutant Hound taxidermy statue, so a bit similar to the Blue Devil statue that came with Once in a Blue Moon, very realistic looking. And there's also the set of Super Mutant diagrams. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on these. There's also plans for a Bloody Rug and Bloody Curtain Door. Grom's inventory is also getting a lot of new stuff too. We don't have any visuals for these yet, so I've listed everything instead. There's a variety of kitchen tables, multiple suitcases in different colours, and a selection of wearables and picnic tables. Elsewhere, Samuel at Foundation will be getting some additional plans you can buy with gold bullion. This includes the Season 13 ally Joey Bello, the Cryptid Cards wall display, and Jewelry Stand Flare display as well. Lastly for today, let's run through some new in-game hints for Atlantic City, which were added in this PTS. In a video last week, we had a chat with Joey Bello, the latest light ally. Hailing from Atlantic City and on the run from the mob, he also revealed some new details about the future expedition location. Talking about an extremely powerful chem native to the region, and the Jersey Devils worshipped by the Pineys. As of the latest PTS, a series of 4 different holotapes have been added, and all of these belong to the same narrator. The first can actually be found at the Metal Dome, just here on this table. In it, the narrator describes the sensation of watching a live gladiatorial match inside the dome.
I knew what I was walking into. Or thought I knew, but still, I was unprepared for what I was about to witness and for the feelings it stirred inside me.
The second holotape is all about Nuka-Shine, and this can actually be found at Big Al's tattoo parlor.
I've taken every drug in the wasteland. Daddy-O, Mentats, Day Tripper, they each have their ups and downs, but Nuka-Shine took me on a ride.
But it's the final 2 which are the most interesting. And from the previous 2 holotapes, we learnt about the narrator's enjoyment watching live combat, and in the second, his confession of trying every chem in the wasteland. Both of these combine in the story he tells in the Neapolitan Part 1 and Neapolitan Part 2. Now let's listen to these in full.
Takes a lot of chems to get thrown out of the Neapolitan, but we were riding the line. My confidant and I made the trip to cover the Showman's Games, a world-renowned exercise in high-stakes barbarism. Few in the entertainment world could match. Instead, we spent most of our time getting hopped up on Daddy-O and chugging bourbon in the casino bar. It seemed a logical course of action. The games were notoriously deadly even for bystanders. Liquid courage and a head full of hallucinogens were the obvious defense. What we didn't count on was the devil's blood. We had never heard of this stuff, and for good reason. It's an AC specialty. We weren't supposed to have it. It wasn't meant for us, but for the real high rollers. The people who, even in a world ravaged by pestilence and war, still managed to come out on top. But we found a way. The exclusivity made it all the sweeter. Not because we aspired to that lifestyle. Quite the opposite. We wanted to soil the royal concoction inside our mangy, flea-ridden hides. One hit is all it took to realize we'd made a terrible mistake. Even for degenerates as celebrated as ourselves, this was too much. The trip wasn't bad. It was glorious, horrifyingly so. We knew instantly that this was what money could buy. And we knew we'd never have it again. We witnessed firsthand the life that was being kept from us, and as much as we wanted to reach out and take it, we couldn't do anything more than slump in our chairs and watch as it drifted away. The consequences would be more than spiritual. Every inch of our bodies yearned for more after that first hit. Haddock wouldn't be enough to cure this hunger. No, maybe nothing will.
Let's unpack what we just heard. So the Neapolitan, which sounds like a casino, judging by the line about the casino bar, was hosting an event called the Showman's Games. Described as high-stakes barbarism, and considering his interest in the Metal Dome, it's possible that this could be some kind of gladiatorial combat in Atlantic City, or perhaps a more violent version of a typical casino game. Whatever might be the case there, he does go into great detail about a new chem called the Devil's Blood. An extremely potent chem, which I think could have something to do with the Jersey Devil. Assuming this is post-war, I wonder if this chem might actually contain something extremely potent from the creature. Most of that is just my interpretation though, so let me know in the comments what you make of that. But that does wrap up the last section. So let's summarize this update quickly, and also be giving my thoughts on it. I just want to preface this with a reminder that this is only the changes that players have found so far. Bethesda are yet to release the full list officially, so there could be more that we've missed. Assessing these changes alone then, yeah, this update seems to be perfect for new players. The donation box is a touch, and the instant loadout offers up new ways to experience the game without a doubt. I wonder if this has been implemented with Atlantic City in mind. so players can actually reach the minimum requirements to experience that content quicker once it's actually released. Outside of that, the new perk cards and adjustments were some nice additions, and if you're a camp builder, then sure, there's going to be a lot added there, it looks like, as well. More plans for Gram, some good rewards for Meat Week, and some changes to daily ops which might make plans easier to get moving forward. But if you're someone holding out for more substantial content, this doesn't appear to be it. Overall, it seems to be another good quality of life update. Experience for new players has been improved again, and I guess if I did need to make a new character on PC, then not having to grind some early levels off the bat isn't unwelcome. I don't know what I was expecting from this, but I am a little bit underwhelmed. Mostly I'm interested to learn more about Atlantic City, and those new holotapes were probably what I found most interesting. Plenty of questions remain though. How will that expedition be structured? Will there be wholesale changes to make the new location more appealing and improve replayability? And will there be changes to the mission format or the addition of things outside of the mission to do that? Only time will tell, and I'm hoping to see Atlantic City debut in the PTS in the not too distant future. What do you make of this new update so far though? How do you feel about the new changes? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this particular video, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. We post a variety of Fallout 76 content, so turning on the bell icon is definitely the best way to stay up to date. With that said, I'm off. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.